just going to get the stream up on my phone. We're going a little bit earlier today. Mostly because I want to charge my phone up, because I'm going to cook a big meal later that'll hopefully last me a couple of days. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit. I'll get my phone up. Hopefully I shouldn't be having to leave. Yeah. Do apologise if I sneeze. Bless me. My apologies there. I just wanted to come on really, because I've just noticed that the 2026 Marvel sets are now being distributed to well, anyone that's in the LEGO Ambassador program. Seeing the reviews of them and stuff, and they just look sick, I can't lie. I know I spoke about them a little bit before, but what can I say? They're just beautiful pieces of work. Honestly, I love those sets. That's good. I've been noticing a bit of stick drift on Rival, so I'm not sure if it's a controller thing or just a game thing. Hopefully it's the game thing, because I can't be doing with replacing yet another controller this year. But yeah, I did want to talk a little bit about them, because I know I've given my thoughts on them. I think it's an amazing wave, probably one of the strongest waves we've had. I know this summer was a pretty good wave, and initially the January 2025 wave I don't think was that good. There was a couple of sets I really enjoyed. I bought one more than I should have, because I bought the Iron Man mech versus Ultron, and to be honest, I just bought it for the minifigs, which is normally that's a red flag for me. I don't actually like doing that. I like to make sure that there's something in it for me with the actual build itself, just because Lego's expensive and I can't be justifying buying sets just for what effectively if it's more than one, effectively less than 10 pieces if you include all the minifig pieces to build them. But there were some sets I really enjoyed. The Spider-Verse set being one of them. The Marvel logo, I think it's the most underrated set Marvel have ever made. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. I think they really did lack in the minifig department. Still some great minifigs, don't get me wrong. You have Mark 6 Iron Man, First Avenger, Captain America. It was actually the debut of that Mark 6 Iron Man as well, so I'm not actually in a rush to get any other set with him in, which is alright to be fair, because I'm not really a big fan of them. The only one I would consider is the little battle pack with Iron Man and War Machine versus the Hammer drones, but I would love to get Avengers Tower this year, so I'm not in a particular rush to be getting a small set of War Machine in, when I know he's just going to be coming in a big set with loads of other minifigs and stuff like that. So I'm not, I'm not desperate for it. It's a cute set, don't get me wrong. I'd love that as like a, I don't know, little birthday gift or something. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk a bit about some of the other sets from this year, because they've gone unbelievably hard. I think my favourite thing that's come out this year, or my favourite thing that 2026 is introducing, are the epic battle sets. I love the Lego Marvel dioramas. I have two of them. I have the No Way Home one and the Avengers Endgame one. I know the Endgame one is highly controversial, and it's not perfect, don't get me wrong. I do want to change out a lot of the minifigs for more detailed, more accurate ones. I already have done actually for Captain America. I've actually, I've built the one in the set, but I haven't used it at all. I've bought the Endgame Captain America. But with that being said, I think it was a good move discontinuing the big dioramas and giving us smaller ones instead, because I noticed this year we had two dioramas and both of them did sell quite poorly, allegedly, the Civil War one and the Endgame one, which I'm sad about, because I was really excited for the Civil War one at first, but then I saw it and I just thought that looks pretty shocking. I do anticipate it might come back for Doomsday, because the amount of characters in Doomsday, depending on what the kind of set pieces are going to be like in the movie, and the scenes, there could be some diorama material. But I don't really anticipate that being done until after the movie comes out. So maybe, like towards Secret Wars, we might get some Doomsday stuff, and then after Secret Wars, we'll get some more accurate Secret Wars stuff. But in terms of the Epic Moments collection, I think it's great for films that are out now, rather than anticipating epic moments of moments we've not even seen yet. You know, I do hope they go all out. I'd love to see, yeah, I'll get Spider-Man and Venom up for now, because they are arguably the standouts of the launch of this sub-theme. Because I know I love the Age of Ultron one as well. That's technically our second Age of Ultron diorama, because if you include the Age of Ultron opening scene, which I love, by the way, I want that set so badly, but due to the fact I prefer Endgame, I did take the plunge and buying the Endgame set, which is quite stupid from my part, really, because the Age of Ultron set is a lot better. But at the same time, the minifigs of the Age of Ultron one, I just think, you know, they're not as good. Well, no, they're good, but, you know, yeah, I'm kind of losing my train of thought, I do apologise. I technically bought the expansion to that one, as I have the Iron Legion battle pack, which, by the way, I hope that sub-theme continues as well. Because technically speaking, this is our second battle pack. Yeah, our second battle pack for Marvel. Funnily enough, they're both Iron Man based. But you've got the Iron Legion versus Hydra, and then you've got Iron Man and War Machine versus the Hammer Drones. I just think, just like Star Wars, Marvel and Battle Packs work so well. You could do literally any. You could do AIM, you can do Hydra, you can do... you could even do Asgardians. I'd love an Asgardian Battle Pack. Maybe include Thor, and 2 Asgardian soldiers, and maybe some either minifig Frost Giants or Dark Elves. I know Thor the Dark World wasn't that well liked, but at the same time, I think having Dark Elves and Lego would be pretty cool. But yeah, for the Epic Moments collection, I fully see hopefully more films getting some love. You know, I really want to see a Winter Soldier one. Maybe a smaller Civil War diorama, just with Iron Man, Bucky, and Captain America. I think that'd be a really good one. Be a cheap way to get the Mark 46, other than having to buy the Civil War diorama. Maybe I would love to see some more sets from other Spider-Man movies as well. I want to see some amazing Spider-Man sets. I know TASM 2 wasn't that well liked. Personally, it's one of my favourites. I love TASM 2. I was actually talking to someone the other day who wasn't a fan of it, but I can't help but just love the film. Plus, it'd be a cheap way to bring back the Amazing Spider-Man minifig from the No Way Home set into production. So hopefully it doesn't skyrocket. I mean, I already have it, thankfully, and I was fortunate to be able to, before the set retired, get a replacement of my TASM 2 torso, because my Andrew Garfield minifig had a cracked torso. So I managed to get it swapped and replaced for free, which I was so happy about. But yeah, all in all, I just think that this little like sub-theme it's my favourite thing they've done since the dioramas first started in 2023. I just think the big ones, you're kind of taking a bit of a plunge on them, because some of them are really good, others are not that great. I'd love to do like a tier listing of them all. I think the best ones, in my opinion, is the No Way Home one, the Age of Ultron one, and personally, I do like the new Endgame one. I do like it, with the portals and the, you know, the updated Iron Man, the updated Ant-Man. Alright, yeah, it's a weaker minifig. The new Iron Spider, which I am a bit annoyed about the whole bus thing with that one. The fact you have to buy a small, crappy bus just to get a better version of it that should have been included in the more expensive set. I just think it was very weak in terms of value there. I'm not really a big fan of it. But, hang on, let's get Venom up, because he is the one I've been talking about a little bit with that new. I am still hoping for the day we get a big Venom. I hope if we ever do get a set based off of Tom Hardy's Venom movies, that we get a Venom that is a big figure. I doubt we will. I doubt it, but I just think it would be really cool, you know, to see. Watch it. Yeah, I'd love to get a Venom big fig one day. I think that's the most overdue we've ever been for a big fig. That in a Abomination for Marvel at least. I mean, yeah, I mean, saying that, there's plenty of characters, like there's Juggernaut, most of which are in this game. Juggernaut, there's Abomination, there's Colossus. The Thing, I'd take that back. I'd say the Thing is most overdue a big fig, followed by Venom. But yeah, I just think it'll be like really cool. With that being said, sorry, didn't need to sneeze. With that being said, I do think that the other sets look good. One set I think is a little bit I have mixed feelings on, and because I have mixed feelings, I'm not eager to buy it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not buying any of these sets immediately. I've got friggin' bills to pay, so it's not like I'm going to be splurging out on New Year's Day. But the new Groot, the Ravager Baby Groot, I'm going to be honest, when I first saw it, I thought, wait, what? Another Groot? But then I realised I don't actually have any of them. I was tempted by the dancing Baby Groot pot, because it looked adorable, I'm going to be honest. But then I was like, I just didn't know. I didn't know personally. But I had a look at the new one with the Ravager jumpsuit. I'm like, well, it's a different variant. The one thing I don't like are the joints in the elbows, the elbow joints. I just think they should have been ball joints because they look really, really goofy and they look like they'll become very flimsy. So I wasn't a big fan of that. I do actually like the Rocket buildable figure is growing on me. I can't lie. I know it's retiring, so I'm probably not going to get it. But it would have been nice to have him and Groot together, just to make him do some little, cute little poses. Although I am kind of ready to be done with the buildable figure assortment. Although it's not like a construction figure like Ant-Man or Galactus. It's more of a, you know, an actual like in scale figure. So I'm not gonna, you know, complain about it much. Groot has the same voice lines as Hulk. Fair enough. Who else is going to be having a prominent? Ghost Rider. I absolutely love the set with Ghost Rider. I am going to pick that up. I'm also going to pick up some dual model legs for Spider-Man, because I don't actually have that Spider-Man minifig, funnily enough. I wanted it in the Daily Bugle, but obviously I've missed my shot on that now. Unless I ever go to a convention. You know.
Another day in our marvelous city. What excitement today!
But yeah, the new Ghost Rider set looks sick. I've never actually owned a Ghost Rider minifig before, nor have I ever. Or actually, I'll tell you, I have. I had the one in 2016, but I bought it and I never actually built the set, which I'm so annoyed at myself. It's because I ran out of room. That's why. Because in my old house, I had a sick Lego collection, but I ran out of room really quickly. I had a Star Wars shelf, a Marvel shelf, and at the time, a DC shelf as well. In fact, I think the DC shelf is probably... I had 2 DC shelves, because at that time I was actually a massive DC fan. Obviously nowadays, I'm not that interested. I'm still gonna, like, you know, play Lego Batman, and I might be tempted by a Batmobile. To be honest, I feel like as much as I don't like the Batmobile itself, contradicting myself here, but it's a nice enough looking set to justify me buying the Batmobile when all I really want is the minifigure. Very hypocritical of me, considering I said I don't actually like to buy sets just for the minifig, but the car does translate well in Lego, and if we're being real, it is just a car. Like, that is not a Batmobile. Like, you can literally use that for anyone. But anyway, enough about DC. DC and I were not friends. Well, we've got Batman to turn it around for me, and I might be interested in it again.
Oh, I sure hope the world isn't.
But yeah, the Ghost Rider set looks insane. I'm going to be honest. Like, I think it is probably the best looking, like, small set I've seen outside of, like, the CMF range. It is awesome. I love that set. It just looks so clean. And also, I'd like to add it to my Midnight Suns collection, on my, like, gothic monster characters. Because on my Sanctum Sanctorum, I have Scarlet Witch, I have Zombie Strange, I have Mordo, I have all of, like, your gothic characters, your Agatha, Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight. I'd love to add Ghost Rider to that list, but also I want to try and do it so that he's, like, climbing up, or he's, like, riding up the Sanctum. So I'm going to try and figure out how to do that. And then a classic Spider-Man pin, which I don't even have, so it'd be nice to finally get that. You know, I am going to end up with... I already have 2 Tobey Maguires, so the fact I have 2 Tobey Maguires, like 7 different Tom Hollands, and not a single classic Spider-Man, it's like... I think I'm due a classic Spider-Man. You know, the one with the arm prints. Unfortunately, only 2 sets are ever included that Spider-Man with the dual molded legs, which is ridiculous in my opinion. I think that is stupid. I don't like that whatsoever. But at the same time, it is what it is. The Oscorp, not the Oscorp, the new Daily Bugle, like, mini modular does look nice. It looks nice. I'm just, you know, I'm a little bit salty that it's not, you know, the modular. I'd have rather they just give the modular another year, and then, you know, then do a playset one. But because they're doing that whole mini modular thing now, it does kind of, it looks like that they're going to be the new in thing. So I can strongly see once the Avengers Tower retires, we're probably going to get an Avengers Tower, like, mini modular, or not, I don't know, because that'll be the first non-Spider-Man one. Literally all of them have been Spider-Man based. You know, the Across the Spider-Verse one, the Peter Parker apartment, Oscorp Tower, the Daily Bugle. What I am liking though is that they're now including characters, like, we're getting Venomized Captain America, which, albeit does look pretty cool, despite not agreeing with them doing that one instead of, you know, an actual, like, symbiote Spider-Man. So we might get, you know, mini modular non-Spider-Man sets. I'd like to see him do something like, I don't know, Nelson Murdoch. That'd be a sick one. I'd actually buy that one. But yeah, what was I going to say? The Venomized Wolverine and the Spider-Man car, I have no interest in. That one, I'm going to be honest, looks shit. I'm not buying that one. I don't need a Venomized Wolverine. I have the CMF one, which in my opinion is the best one that I've ever made. So, you know, I'm good. I'm good on that one. Spoke about both the epic moments sets. They're obviously not what I'm most excited for. The Oscar one does look cool. The massive Iron Man Mark III, I'm going to be honest, looks really, really cool. I just don't think I'll ever own it. It's like a Christmas gift. I'd love it. I wouldn't buy it myself. You know, if someone just got me that for Christmas, I'm not expecting anyone to. But if it was a Christmas gift, I'd love it. It was like that with the R2-D2 set I got. It's so cool. And I want to get C-3PO to go with it, but now I'm also thinking, wow, Iron Man would actually look pretty cool with those two guys. But yeah, it does look amazing. I just don't think it's one I'd ever consider buying. Not bothered about 4+ Spider-Man sets, I'm going to be honest with you. The mechs, don't get me started on them. I have no interest. I have a better Miles and Spider-Man 2099. I literally got them in the CMF, and they're already on my No Way Home final battle, so I don't need a mech. I don't need a mech. Plus, I have a strong feeling that, like with the Anti-Venom minifig, one of those. Oh, I mean, Miles is already in another set. He's in the Daily Bugle, but Miguel will probably be in another set by the summer. And speaking of which, I kind of hope we have a slightly smaller summer wave. I'm going to be honest, I kind of hope we get a smaller summer wave. Just because I really want LEGO to go all out for Doomsday this year. And potentially another modular. I don't think we're going to get one. I feel like DC might now be taking over the superhero modulars, which breaks my heart. But, well, I say that Arkham Asylum is pretty cool, I can't lie. I'm just not bothered about a Daily Planet. You know. But with that being said, I do hope that we get a back to building. See, I want Doomsday sets to be really good. I want to get a Lego Doctor Doom next year, before Doomsday releases, and particularly, I want to do what I've done with the No Way Home set. And I just want to make my Avengers Endgame diorama just an Avengers celebration, like what I've done with Spider-Man. You know, I want to stick the Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow there. I don't want to remove any off my... I really want them to do like a... oh crap, oh wait, no, there you go. Like a Bricktober pack with the remaining Endgame Avengers. Just because I want to add my Endgame Avengers onto that set. I know Black Widow's not in the scene because she died, but I just want to make it as cool as possible. Get the Guardians in there, get the more Wakandans as Guardians. I just want to make it like my favourite Avengers set possible outside of the Avengers Tower. Like my favourite diorama. Because I've really gone all out with the No Way Home one. I want to do the same for the Endgame one, as it is my favourite film in the franchise, and still all time. And speaking of, Endgame's coming back. I was so excited last night when I saw that Endgame's coming back to the cinemas. I really hope it's going to be all over the world. Hopefully, it's going to take back the #1 spot. I would love to see it be the first Marvel film to make $3 billion. I would love that. I think it can do it. You know, September next year gives everyone time to book their tickets. Bring back Endgame and make Endgame #1. Make Endgame be the first $3 billion movie before Doomsday, and then when Doomsday comes out, boom, it's already in like the top 5. I don't think Doomsday is going to be like #1. I'll be surprised if it is. I hope I'm proven wrong, but I feel like Doomsday is going to be one of those movies where it's going to be like, it's going to do really well, but it's going to have a lot of like pressure, and I feel like it's, you know, I want to be proven wrong, but it's not always easy to, you know, top the pressure of of what came before, especially if there's, because I've seen reports that Doomsday is going to be a direct sequel to Doom Endgame, which, I mean, sure, I don't mind that. I love Endgame. So if it's going to be like following on from Endgame's story, just don't retcon anything. For fuck's sake, please do not retcon anything. You know, I love the original Avengers. They are my go-to team. Hawkeye, Black Widow, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk. I love those people, but at the same time, those stories have been told. So just let them rest. I know Thor's coming back. I want Thor to have a big role in Doomsday. But that should be it. Like, Thor should be the only one that really gets any prominent sort of role. I'm kind of biased there, because I love Thor. He's one of my favourite characters. Yeah. And I hope he gets redemption for Love and Thunder. I can't lie, I really hope he gets redemption. That one, yeah, that kind of broke my heart a little bit, seeing how he was treated. But yeah, I think what are the sets I'd like. I'll tell you what I would like to see. I'd like to see a bit more consistency with these sets now, because they've now done 2 sets releasing in 2026 with Iron Man having arm prints, and there's a set with Captain America with leg prints and the dual molded leg. Please bring that. Please just keep doing that for now. I would rather take less sets and better, less sets but better. I want quality over quantity, because that's the issue. I feel like when there's too much, you start cutting corners, and I hate that. Like I'm so sick and tired of seeing the same Age of Ultron Captain America for sets that he doesn't even wear that suit in. And not only that, but it's the same lazy Captain America. You know, where is the boots? Where's the arm prints? Where's the Avengers A on his shoulders? You know, we've never gotten that before. My Endgame fig, that's perfect. Well, it's not. It's my favourite minifig that I have at the moment. But where's his shoulders? Like, where's the Avengers A on his shoulders? Like, it just annoys me. And I know there's such like little niche details, but at the same time, I feel like when you love something so much, you should be allowed to express your like frustrations with it. But yeah, okay, how long have we been going for? Half an hour. Okay, I'm going to wrap this stream up here, just because I've enjoyed talking about it, and I do want to go and cook my food shortly. But we might come back on for an evening stream, I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for checking this out. I'll see you all soon. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.